Hey everybody, just to continue on here. So again, back to Dokes because that's what I really want to talk about. So like I started watching more and more Dexter, and like the character of Dokes started to I was becoming more and more like appealed, attracted to that character. As well as Dexter, because like it was their dynamic that I found to be really interesting. As I was going through season two, like their dynamic was building up, and more was building up as Dokes was beginning. Like if you haven't seen the show, don't listen to what I'm gonna say because I'm gonna spill some points. But anyways, Dokes is so they're investigating murders that are going on, and Dexter is responsible for a lot of these murders. And Dokes has always had like a red flag towards Dexter. Like he's always picked up on something. He calls him a weirdo and shit like that. And so Dexter's been trying very hard to act as normal as possible to avoid any more detection from Dokes. Anyway, what ends up happening is Dokes ends up through his own. He becomes obsessed and he starts tailing Dexter like off duty, just like it becomes like his own personal mission to figure out what the fuck's going on with Dexter. And he does. I think he ends up. I actually missed some of the shows because I fell asleep. But somehow he gets a hold of Dexter. Dexter, he has like trophies of all his victims, and there are a bunch of slides filled with the victim's blood. And he must have like dozens of slides full of blood, each one of them representing one victim. Dokes ends up finding that, breaking into Dexter's apartment somehow. He finds that, and he puts it in his trunk. Dexter becomes aware that Dokes finds it, so there's this giant climax. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck is gonna happen? Like, this is big. Like, they've built this show up. Like, and a lot of the show is like Dexter with his crew of people that he works with. And so I'm like, damn, because Dokes is a pretty big fucking supporting character. So I'm really sitting here thinking, like, how are they gonna do this? Like, how's the future of the show gonna progress? Like, what's gonna happen? And anyways, just to cut it, like, so Dokes is like, again, that energy, that true righteous energy of like doing things the right way by law, like not just killing things and just ending them, because that doesn't solve the problem. Because again, as I've talked about, like even murdering pedophiles and shit like that, just putting them to death without any type of rehabilitation, that same energy, that same child rape energy gets reincarnated, regenerated again. So, like, if you're really trying to help things, the more loving way, the more helpful way is to try to rehabilitate that damaged soul or that damaged person, then truly solving the problem instead of just killing him because it doesn't solve the problem. So the way Dokes is doing it is in my eyes, the best way and the way that it should be done. So again, my hat goes